Oh. Andre, I remember you mentioning something about your job changing. I guess that never happened, or that your schedule didn't
No,
change?
they just told us that we're not coming back to the office for the rest of the year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know Danielle feels like since she went back to work, she's working twice as much for what?
Same amount of pay.
Same amount of pay, working twice as much.
Because I was working every other week, so I'd work 1 week and then be home the next week. So we were every other week since April, and now I got to work every week. I feel like my pay should be doubled.
Oh, wow.
And last week was the first consecutive week I worked, and man, I'm exhausted. Working, just having a weekend and going back to work is inhumane. But
Yeah.
they're bringing
No,
up.
for us, we've been working since March from home, and it's good because you don't get that many distractions. You don't talk to people that much, so you get a lot done. But the other thing is that you don't stop working sometimes. You just keep working, and the laptop is always around. So one night watching a movie or on the weekend, you keep working. I think like you work more now than you did at the office, because at the office, there's always the people that you talk to, or a meeting begins late, and people are just jabbering and jabbering.
Yeah.
Now it's just pure work. You get a lot more done, but it's just pure work, no fun.
Oh my, that's interesting. I used to, a long time ago when our kids were first born, I worked in finance. So I got to go to work in the office for 4 hours, and then I'd come home and get to work from home for 4 hours. But the home ended up being like 6-7 hours because you could do it, and then my kids were babies. So I would like nurse them. I'd put them in a little pillow and just work while I'm nursing. And
Wow.
I felt like I got more work done at home than at the office for sure. Because at the office, I would be like snacking, chatting, chit-chatting.
Exactly.
During lockdown, I worked so much from the couch, I put a divot in it. Like there's a big depression.
I know. There's like a hole in our couch where his butt was.
I
Why can't you sit in a chair?
know we were off for so long during COVID. It's like, are you open for Labor Day? Oh, yeah. I've been off long enough. I don't need any more vacations.
I work for the government, and normally we get, before a holiday weekend, we get 3 hours leave. So basically the Friday before a holiday, you'd only have to work 5
Right.
hours. But we're not getting that anymore. Because some people haven't been there for months at this point.
Guess what color Michelle's walls are?
Like a wine red.
I thought they were like purple or
Eggplant?
eggplant or
Brown?
I mean, put it this way, like
Brown?
when we were younger, we had we used to be like that, weren't we?
What?
When you get older, you start getting into lighter, like Andrea's house, like the lighter color starts showing up. You know what I mean? Something happens to our personality. It's like we need just smooth, peaceful, nothing with a statement.
Yeah, everything upstairs is
warm brown.
Did you notice that? Like when we were younger, we had green, we had blue.
Yeah, we had all kinds of colors. Now our walls are cappuccino white, so it's just like slightly off white.
Mm-hmm. Something happens to you. You just start to like age. It's like the sun.
Both of our couches are white. Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? It's like whatever you put outside and the sun just like fades it. That's what's going to happen to all your stuff. So we're just letting you know. That brown, it's brown. He's got brown. It's like brown.
Yeah, it's bold. She's young.
Yeah.
It's chocolate.
You could take a chance.
Brown.
It's chocolate?
Well, it's chocolate brown. It's a really dark brown.
I remember I painted the bathroom chartreuse. It was like a bright pink.
Yeah. Hey, Jenny. Well,
Hi.
I think it's like 7:02. We should probably get it going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute myself, guys.
All righty. Let me highlight Danielle here. Hey, do you guys, when you get on Zoom, do you ever just start looking at yourself and like doing this to your hair and, like, oh, I need to shave today, stuff like that? All right, here we go. Is Danielle the big screen?
Yeah.
All right.
And you. Okay. All righty. So Gary said there was good feedback on last week's class being a little easier.
Michelle.
It doesn't, no names mentioned.
It was easier.
Well, that's good because I want people to do it. And also it was Michelle's feedback from like a couple weeks prior to that. She was like, you were doing one thing and you were literally the only one doing it.
Michelle's, I think, student A right now.
Student A?
Yeah.
Like patient 0?
That
Michelle's
sounds much worse.
Patient 0.
Okay, so I did make it a little bit like last week. So we're going to start not with planks. We're going to do it out of order a little bit. We're going to build up to planks, but we're going to do some high planks, which is basically the beginning of a push-up position, and some downward dogs. But before we do that, let's just briefly stretch out our wrists a little bit. Can you help with the camera?
Well,
Gary's looks like he's at Ocean City hanging out. Okay. Yeah, this is too far. Okay. All right. So we're going to be on our hands and knees. Hey, Yana, hands and knees. And you're going to twist your arms around, your hands around so that your fingers are facing you. Whatever is comfortable for you. You don't have to be at the same place as me or as anyone else. Whatever is comfortable for you so that you can feel a little stretch there. And we're just going to rock back and forth.
Gosh,
Weirdly, I find one hand is much tighter than the other.
I couldn't do that.
After I've been working, this going back to work, it's because that's where I have my mouse. Man, my right wrist is so much tighter. Damn that job.
There's no way I could do that.
What? Well, then you shouldn't be doing it, Gary. Okay. All right. Once we stretch out a little, we'll come back to that. We'll do a little more stretching. We'll make time for stretching in between every little thing we do. So we're going to get into what's called a high plank. So it's basically the beginning of a push-up position. And remember, butt's not in the air. We're not a triangle. We're a straight line from our heels to our butt to our shoulders. So we want to line up all the joints, right? And we're going to be in a high plank here. So I'm actively crunching my belly. I'm closing the vault. The vault's already been out of business, already closed. And I'm crunching my belly. I'm trying to make myself short between my pelvic bone, oh my God, bones, and my rib cage, okay? We're just gonna hold it here for a second and then release the pressure by going to downward dog. Whew. So from here, you could have your heels on the ground or not, but let's just stretch out a little. Walk a little with our legs and stretch, okay? Okay. So now here we go. God, cat. Okay, so I'm gonna lift one leg up. Pick whatever leg you want. And then you're gonna bring it in to your opposite elbow. Crunch that belly. Back out. We're doing this 8 times. This is 2. Up. Crunch the belly in. Feel the weight of your body on your fingertips when you're down there. Brace out in your lats so you're not drooping. You're not kind of drooping in your shoulders. That was 3, I think. We're at 4. Crunch it up, crunch it. 5. Close the vault, even when your leg's up. 6. 7. Crunch it, crunch it, crunch it. And 8. Crunch it, crunch it, crunch it. Go back to your high plank. Hold it, hold it. All right, rest. Rock back. Rock back. And if you need to here, do your little wrist stretch. I need to. Man, I'm feeling it in my wrist that I've been back to work. I'm going to have to submit a complaint. Okay, we got to do the other side now. This is our gentle warm-up. Hopefully, everyone thinks it's gentle. All right, we're going to go back to our high plank. Remember, butt's tight, butt's tucked underneath you. your pelvic bone and your ribs. We're trying to get those closer. We're trying to lock down the belly. The vault is closed for business. Up your other leg to the opposite elbow for 1, 2, 3. Remember, crunch, crunch, crunch. From here, I feel the weight really on my hands a lot. And I'm trying to create tension by making my fingertips white, kind of like trying to grip the floor. I think this is 4. Ow. What Bun's doing here? 5. Almost there. 6. You might be twisting a little, and that's okay. As long as you are crunching that belly at the bottom, that's 7. 1 more. 8. Crunch, 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 crunch. Back to high plank. Lock it. Make sure you're up high through your shoulders, not drooping. High through your shoulders. All right, rest. Rock it out. Take your weight off your arms. Shake out your wrists. Let's stretch your wrists out again. We're going to do some interesting push-ups. The push-up, because you go down to the ground, doesn't allow you to experiment with your full range of motion. And this is going to be kind of like a warm-up to YTWLs, as you will see. So hopefully you're in a place where you don't mind laying face down on the ground. Gary, this is something you should do. Get off your word game and start paying attention. Okay, so I'm going to get on the ground. So what I mean by the range of motion is that when you're here on the ground, you could lift your...
Move towards your feet.
Move towards my feet?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You can lift your arms higher, right? Put your arms where they would be if you're going to do a push-up. Lift your arms higher. There's the full range of motion. Okay, so now my push-up starts from here. I'm going to tuck my toes underneath me. I'm going to close the vault. I'm going to brace. I'm going to put my hands on the ground and then start pushing up as a unit. All the way up.
You might need to talk towards the speaker.
Can you guys hear me, I hope? Gary, help
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so what you don't want to do is that when you're pushing up, like you're soft, like see how like I'm all kind of broken up and segmented. So at the bottom, we put our hands up, hands down, and now I'm already braced out and I come up as a unit, okay? So we're just gonna do a few of those just to warm you up. So YTWLs, you're gonna squeeze those shoulders behind you, hands on the ground, prepare for your push-up, all the way up. Whew. Down, hands up, squeeze those shoulders together, hands down, all the way up. We're doing 3 more. Down, squeeze those shoulders together, hands down, all the way up. 2 more. This is harder than it looks. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, hands are up, hands down, push up. 4. As I'm getting tired, I can tell I'm breaking up a little. Close the vault, squeeze the belly, squeeze the butt, hands up, shoulder blades together, toes tucked underneath, push up, all the way up. All right, rock back and rest. That was hard. Gary, pay attention. Gary's doing a word game, you guys.
I'm paying attention.
He needs this more than anybody. Okay, so we're rocking back here. We're just gonna stretch a little, reach over to your right. I'm sorry, your left, or whatever side you want, honestly. And then the other side. Stretch. We're gonna do some shoulder stretches today because this is hard stuff. That was very hard. All right, so now we're gonna do our YTWL, and you can do it from a kneeling position. We're just gonna go fast through our YTWL because you just warmed it up. I know I warmed it up. I'm feeling it right between my shoulder blades. Okay, why? So even here on my, I'm sitting on my butt, kind of. Even here, from the pelvis, from the vault up, I'm still in a hover. So I'm tucking my butt underneath me, right? Here's me relaxed. Here's me getting ready for YTWL. Tucking my butt underneath me, belly's tight, ribs are down, arms are up, reach them up, pull them down, thumbs back to behind me. Up, down, 2. We're doing 8. Up, down, 3, up, down, 4. Squeeze those shoulder blades behind you. Remember, it's the little muscles in between your shoulder blades and your lats that are doing this work for you. I think that was 4, 5, 6, 7, and don't offset any other body parts like your head or anything like that. Everything else is the same. Now we're on our T, so we're going to pull our shoulder blades behind us, pull them back. Remember, belly's still tight, butt's tucked underneath you. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Oh. All right, shake it out. We got 2 more positions. All right, we're on W. So arms are up. I'm always a little crooked. Okay, there. Tuck your belly, tuck your butt underneath you, tighten your belly. Here's me relaxed. Here's me not relaxed. Okay? Pull your shoulder blades behind you. Make your lats disappear if you can. And then pull your fists back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more. 8. We're in L's. L's go by fast. Everything's tucked underneath you. Check your vault, check your belly, check your butt. Is it tucked underneath you? Pull your shoulder blades together behind you, not up. Don't pull them up into your neck. Pull them behind you. That's 3, 4. Keeping them locked in the whole time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew. Shake it out. Okay, I thought I made this easier, but maybe I made it harder. Because that was hard. But I'm not feeling my best this morning. We had Indian food at like 9 last night. I ate like I was on death row, and now I feel horrible. I have an Indian food hangover, I guess. All right, we're going to do straight up hovers. We're going to do 6 sets. We're going to do 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So we're going to do double the work for the rest. Remember, check in on all your hover points. So your ankles are going to be flexed. Your knees are going to be locked. Belly's going to be tight. Butt's going to be tucked down. You're going to be high up in your shoulders. You're not going to be drooping your shoulders. High up in your shoulders. You're going to be making fists. Your elbows are going to be right underneath your shoulders. So we're going to do 20 on, 10 off. I'm just going to do the basic every time, but if you guys would like to add some variations, if you guys would like to add some raising and lowering arms and legs or alternating arms and legs, that's totally fine. But I'm going to do the straight up basic version every time. We're doing 6 sets, 20 on, 10 off. We're going to start in 10 seconds. You guys should see Bootsy on this little stool. Gary.
I was responsible for that.
All right, you're responsible for that. All right, ready? In your hover. Close the vault. Remember, this is all about creating as much tension as possible. Make sure those knees are locked, right? Your butt should be chomping your pants. Almost there. Almost there. And rest. 10 seconds off. Get ready. Don't go far. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back to hover. Lock it out. Tension, tension, tension. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to feel. Lock the knees. The knees have to be locked because the butt can't be, the hips can't be fully extended without the knees locked. Rest. 10 seconds off. We got 4 more times. Whew. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back to hover. Brace, brace, brace. Make your belly short. Pull your ribs to your pelvic bone. You guys are almost there. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. That was 3. You got 3 more. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Butt should be tight. Tension, tension, tension. Doing this so fast is also giving you practice at making lots of tension and relaxing fast. Tension, relax, tension, relax. That's the key to kettlebells, by the way. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. 2 more times. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to hover. This is the second to last time. Tension, tension, tension. Don't be afraid of the tension. Don't back down from the tension. Create as much tension as you can, and then stand behind the tension and kind of observe it. Don't be stressed about it. 2 seconds. 1. Rest. Oh my God. One more time. Whew. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Tension, tension, tension. This is the last time, so don't let anything go untense. 8 seconds. Are you pushing up through your shoulders? I'm hurting my neck, cranking it to look at the clock. Rest. All right, rock it out. We're gonna go to side hover, and we're gonna do basic side hover. So everything's the same as your lateral hover, facing the ground hover, but now you're on your side. Be careful and make sure that your elbow is right underneath your shoulder, because we don't want to hurt your shoulder, and you're going to lift from your side body, from your lat, from your belly. Butt's going to be tight right here to make it easier. Your body's going to say, bend at the hips, bend at the waist, just bend somehow. Bending is what's going to make it easier. We don't want to make it easier. We're going to do this 6 times, 20 on, 10 off, 3 times in a row on the same side. Ready? Start your hover. Brace up in that belly. Stack your shoulders on top of each other. Make sure this top shoulder isn't leaning, isn't doing something weird. Try not to arch your back, and your rib cage is going to tell you if you're arching your back, because your ribs are going to stick out. 3 seconds. 2, 1. 10 seconds off. Get off that arm. Get ready in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover. Stack it up on top. Make sure that butt's tight, even especially the side of the butt closest to the floor. Don't bend over the waist. Don't hinge at the hips. Your nice straight line. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Get off that arm. Whew. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you know what else I had yesterday was Shake Shack. That made me feel sick. I regret that a little bit. All right, 10 seconds, because the kids didn't eat theirs, and then I just ate all theirs. All right, 15 seconds. That reminds me. 3, 2, 1. I think I'm officially starting Whole30 today.
What?
That's right, Gary. Your life is about to take a turn for the worse.
No.
Yeah, it's going to get miserable.
No.
All right, other side. 3 more times, and we're done with these hovers for today. Brace up. Really feel the crunch over here. Make sure you're bracing your lat. You're not drooping. Almost there. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your weight off that arm. Gary's life is about to become even more miserable. 2 seconds. Hover. We're almost there, you guys. We're almost through it. This is a lot when you do double the work.
We have
10 seconds.
we have
15 seconds. Sorry, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I'm being distracted by Gary's stress.
you can't make these kind of announcements online like this.
Oh, I can do anything I want. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Brace up. Brace up. This is the last one. Check your butt. Make sure your butt's tight, especially the side of the butt closest to the floor. 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay. Whew, that's rough. That's some rough stuff. Okay, let's just stretch out our shoulder a little bit. So you're gonna be on your hands and knees. Pick a shoulder. You're gonna kind of tuck it underneath you. Tuck it underneath you and pull your other shoulder back. Grab whatever you can. You could grab a piece of the fabric of your pants, your shorts, or if you can reach all the way through to kind of put that hand in the fold of the opposite hip and try to roll, use that leverage to roll open. Stretch this side of your shoulder, the shoulder that's closest to the ceiling. That feels good. And then the other side, it's cat. I don't know why she's so interested today. Arm up, we're on the other side now. Reach through and grab something. Fabric, your leg, thigh, anything you can grab at to create some leverage and open up your shoulder. Good. Okay. We're going to do an inchworm to beyond a hover. So my promise is for real. We are not going to do more hovers, but we're going to do an inchworm and we're going to walk beyond a hover. So an inchworm, where you are, get on your feet. Try to keep your hands on the ground wherever they're comfortable for you. And an inchworm is just walking back and forth, just like an inchworm. Okay, so what we're going to do is from here, it feels good to stretch right here. You're going to walk out into your high plank. There I am in my high plank. Now my butt's on, activated. I'm going to walk beyond the plank. Beyond the plank. I should probably move where I am. And hold it. Hold it. This is where you really feel it in your midsection. Don't let your back arch. Shorten that belly. And then walk back. I'm going to move over this way. What was that noise, Gary? Is there burglars upstairs?
Cats.
All right, we're going to walk out again. Belly tight. There I am in my high plank. Belly tight. And I'm going to walk beyond the high plank, beyond the hover. Tighten that belly. The vault really comes into play here. Close the vault. Tighten the belly. Shorten. Don't arch your back. Back up. Walk back to whatever's comfortable and take a breather. If you need to kind of get up off your hands, take a breather. We're going to do that 3 more times. Walk out. Find your high plank. Belly tight. Beyond. Hold it. Hold it. Whew. If it doesn't feel so hard, try to walk out even further. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to fall forward. Turn your face so you don't mess your teeth up. All right, walk back. We got 2 more. And this is harder than it looks. Walk out, find your high plank. There's my high plank. Walk further. Belly tight. Don't let your back arch. Butt tight. This puts everything in like super drive mode, in my opinion. Walk back. We got 1 more. Also, keep your shoulders locked in. I should have mentioned that earlier. This is just like the concept of the YTWL. We don't want to pull our shoulders up into our neck when our belly and our butt starts getting tired. Keep your shoulders down, even though your arms are going to be extended ahead of you, above you. Tight, tight, tight. Hold it. I'm really feeling a burn here. And out. Yay. All right. Let's just rock it out for a second. Rock it out. What are you barking at, butts? We're going to do some standing up squats, and then we're going to do a little shoulder stretch. Then we're going to be done. Fast and easy. Did I put... We're going to do some squats, and we're going to do some deadlifts. And this is awesome practice for kettlebell class. It's just to feel the movement of deadlifting, the difference between deadlifting and squatting, and kind of get yourself, your nervous system warmed up for later. All right, I think that's good. All right. Feet at least hip distance, if not farther. We're going to do a 2-legged squat, up and down. We're going to do it 8 times. It's 2. Remember, at the top, I'm at my hover. This is my hover. I can just flip to the ground, and I'm in a hover. 3, Butts tight, bolts tight at the top. 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna show you from the side. 7. Sitting on the toilet at 7-Eleven. Don't want to touch it. 8. Good. Or in our guest bathroom.
Oh yeah.
Because I have 2 little boys. 1 leg up, pick a leg. We're gonna go 8 squats on a single leg. You could put your non-working leg down and rest each time if you'd like. Or try to challenge yourself and keep it up. Maybe not the whole time. Maybe a few times. I think that's 4. Hold it. 5. Go to where you're comfortable. It helps me to offset my hands. 7. Remember, you're still in a hover on one side of your body at the top. That was 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 more. 8. Awesome. Now we're going to do a deadlift. Pretend like you have the bar in your hands. So hands are going to be on the front of your thighs. So unlike a squat, my head's going to go forward. My head changes place and space. I'm going to fold my hips behind me, and my hips and my shoulders are going to end up almost parallel. So it's all about folding hips, unfolding hips. 2. And I'm going to teach you a little trick to see if you're doing this properly in a second. I should bring a stick to kettlebell class today. Did I do it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're going to do single leg. But before that, I'm going to take this walking stick. This is a way to test your hinge. This is something Gary and his friends should be doing. Okay, so if I put it against my back, it's against the back of my head. It's also against my sacrum. So basically my tailbone and my head. And in order to do a kettlebell swing properly and most efficiently and most safely.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're going to hinge back in your hips, and the bar remains connected just as equally at the bottom as it does at the top. So this is something you can kind of try later if you have a broom or a walking stick. Okay, so what we don't want to do, and what I have a feeling Gary does a little bit, is that it comes off the sacrum a little. See that? It comes off the sacrum because now I'm hinging in my waist. I'm going to bring the stick to kettlebell class. I have this stick because I bought it in Hawaii when I stepped on a sea urchin. Remember?
I remember. Let me see. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do our single leg deadlifts. You can stick with your 2 leg deadlifts, or you can challenge yourself with some single leg deadlifts. So same thing. My body should look exactly the same. I'm hinging my hips, push it back for 1. 2. Remember, your head changes place and space here. Your hips and your shoulders should be just about parallel at the bottom. 3. 4. The walking stick didn't help in Hawaii, did it? 5. 6. 7. One more time. 8. Anyway, I stepped on a sea urchin my last day in Hawaii, and I had those sea urchin spines in my foot for 90 days, I think. I had 3 surgeries, and that walking stick didn't do crap. 1, I'm on my other leg now. 2, those sea urchins are no joke. 3, it helps me to put my hands on the front of my thigh that's working. I think it's 4. 5. 6. 2 more. And we're gonna do a little stretch. 7. 1 more. 8. Good. Shake it out. That's a good warm up for kettlebells because now we got kind of our brain warmed up in that movement. So just to stretch it out a little bit, we're going to go back to our squat and try to go as deep as you can. If possible, try to keep your heels on the floor. If they come up a little, that's no big deal, but try to keep them on the floor as best you can. I'm going to use my hands to kind of pull my legs apart, stretch a little bit, but we're going to do a little bit of a shoulder stretch. So what I'm going to do is reach my one arm forward, reach my one arm back to wherever you can go. This is really a bind. So really what you want to do is kind of grab your arms behind your leg. I don't know if you can see it. Let me do it this way. And try to stretch and let your upper traps and your shoulders release. Because I know when we get tired, we kind of revert to that. So make sure they're nice and relaxed and loose and breathe and move your head around as best you can. Then we're going to do the other side. Move and breathe. Then we can go back to our hip rock and then we're done. That's it. That was not so bad, right? There's been worse classes, more difficult classes. How'd you guys like that? Everyone stick with me? I see Maria's still doing it.
It was great. Thank you.
Good. I'm trying to take some breathers where we do a little more stretching, a little more kind of releasing in between. So hopefully you guys like it. Gary said it was too hard before.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Gary's in his phone. I wish I could turn the camera and show you what Gary looks like right now. He's sitting on a lawn chair. There's Butts.
Oh God.
Hi, Butsy. Well, thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you.
It's been an awesome Saturday. The weather is so beautiful outside right now. It feels like fall. Kettlebell class is going to be fantastic in this weather.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you. Guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.